Hello, hello, hello. Happiest Friday to y'all. Happy Friday. Can you believe it's Friday already? Yo, where did the time go? Anywho, if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in and let me know below that you are watching the replay. And if you're joining me live, yay, I am Siobhan, your community cultivator, and I believe that every single woman deserves to be free and fulfilled in her life. And I teach women how to be fulfilled, how to go from feeling stuck in some area of their life and really shifting their mindset to do the work to flourish and find fulfillment. So ultimately, they can be free. And I adore the work that I get to do. I mean, it gives me so much sense of peace, but then also it makes me feel so alive because I'm literally impacting lives all over the world. And so if you ever want to learn more about me and the work that I do, you can head over to BeFreeProject.com. You'll learn more about my podcast where I talk a lot about friendship and personal growth. You can also learn more about the Be Free Inner Circle, which is my membership-based community where positive, like-minded women gather together to do the personal growth work and then also focus on finding their forever friends. And so again, head over to BeFreeProject.com to learn more about me. All right. Hello, y'all. Had to get all that good stuff out the way. I am glad to be back with you for another week. I'm really, really excited. As y'all can see now, it's like I'm going live twice a week because this past Wednesday, we have my friend Stacy and also Ashley. We do a book club around this book called We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rogers. So if you haven't caught the replay to that, go back and watch it. You can find week 3 on my page and then you can head over to their pages and watch week 1 and week 2. So here I am on Friday because this is what I'm doing, right? And today I really want to talk about practical ways to improve your quality of life. And the reason that I want to have this conversation is because it's important. It's very important to, number one, know what's important to you and know what you want and what you desire most and looking at that in every aspect of your life. And then knowing, okay, these are ways that I need to improve the life that I have so that way I am finding fulfillment, I am being free, I am living the life that I deserve to live. And so I'm really, really, really excited about today's topic. You can hear the birds outside. Like, it's so funny because like there's trees like all around me and I just feel like whenever I'm on the phone or I'm doing something, they like get extra loud. But anywho, y'all know this is not just about me talking. This is also for you to engage with me. So I will love as I'm talking that you double tap the screen and give hearts and how you do that. Also leave comments in the comment section. And then if you have any questions whatsoever, make sure you either drop them in the comment section or you put them in the Q&A box and I will be sure to answer your question. All right. So one of the things I remember several years ago, I had a Be Free meetup and one of my members inside the Be Free Inner Circle, her name is Miss Denise, and she was at the Be Free meetup, which I need to say this. It just hit me that I am going to be having an in-person Be Free meetup very, very soon. Actually, September 18th. So mark your calendars. I'm going to pause and say that now because so many of you ladies have been reaching out to me, whether here on the gram, whether emailing me, whether seeing me in real life, and then of course inside the Be Free Inner Circle. And so I'm excited because I am going to be having an in-person event on September 18th in Cleveland, Ohio. So if you want to know more, you want to get the details, make sure you DM me and let me know. That way I can put you on my list so that way I can stay in contact with you, and that will be amazing. But yes, I am excited because in-person events is like my sweet spot in talking and speaking and sharing and engaging and just having that human interaction. Like that makes me feel so alive. So to get that date on the calendar, and I have a couple of more coming out as well, y'all don't even know how excited I am. Like, I cannot wait to hug every single person that walks in that door. Like, and this is the thing too, just so you know, before we get into today's topic, people fly in all the time to attend my event. So it's not just local to Cleveland, but people fly in from other states all the time. So I'm excited about the Be Free meetup. I cannot wait for it to happen. And again, if you want to know and stay in the loop with all the details, make sure you shoot me a DM. And so then that way we can stay in touch. All right. So on to today's topic. as I was going. So Miss Denise was at one of my Be Free meetups a couple years ago, and a part of what happens at my Be Free meetups, if you will, is that I have every single woman go around and talk. I'll ask them a question just to get the discussion going, and it's more about having these inspiring conversations that you're not having on a day-to-day basis. And one of the things that she shared at the Be Free meetup is how she is so intentional about having a quality of life. And when she said that, it was like music to my ears. And I'm like, can you expand on that? Like, tell me a little bit more. And she was like, yeah, everything that I do, it has to, like, everything is about having a certain quality of life. And if you see Miss Denise, I know she's 63. I feel like she may be turning 64. She is the epitome. If you've ever met her, you already know. But she is the epitome of a woman living her best life. I mean, and a quality of life, I should say. She does voiceover, she travels, she line dances. She's been married for, I want to say 44 or 45 years. And when I tell you, Miss Denise lights up when she talks about her husband. Like, there is so much bubbly energy. Like, she's almost like a teenage girl anytime she talks about him, right? She one of her biggest, wildest dreams that she shared with me is that she wants to one day walk the New York fashion show. And that is like her big dream. She was like, she had knee replacement surgery, and she wants to be able to show women of all shapes, colors, whatever, that even with surgery and no matter your age, like, you can still do it. And so she believes in her dream so much that I believe in it. Hence the reason that I'm here talking about it, because I believe that it's going to be so real. But she was the person that I first heard, I believe, like, really talk about living this quality of life, and not just talk about it, but actually live it. And if you see her, it's like she gets up and she moves her body every day, and she's just doing all the things. And I'm like, can I be like you when I grow up, Miss Denise, right? And I remember, and I did an interview with her on my podcast. So if you haven't listened to our episode, definitely go back and listen. And I remember several years ago, her and I were at a self-care retreat together. And I was asking her, she's so in awe of my company and my brand, and she's so super supportive. And I remember asking her, I said, what is it that makes you so connected with me, that, with my work and all of the things Be Free Project? And she was like, Siobhan, you changed my life. And I did not expect her to say that. I mean, again, at this point, she was in her 60s. I'm late 30s. And I'm like, I changed your life? Okay. And I was like, well, can you tell me more? And as she was sharing, my eyes started to fill with tears, because I'm like, wow. She said because she was in a stage of her life where she was so stressed and she did feel stuck, and she hadn't had a vision before for her life, and she wasn't accomplishing any goals. And it was just like she was just going with the motions of life. And when she came in contact with my work and with me and all of the things, she started implementing the things that I was teaching her. And so now, as I'm talking today about having a quality of life based on what she's been learning from me, from attending my in-person events, from buying my journal, buying my affirmation cards, from being a member of the Be Free Inner Circle, literally she's consuming everything that I have been teaching. So now when I say she's the epitome of a woman who is living her best life, like, she's a prime example of the work that I teach day after day after day. And so if you haven't met her, one day, hopefully you will, whether you're in the Be Free Inner Circle, you come to one of my events, because she's truly an amazing woman who is doing the work. And so she's actually, and I didn't know, but here we are, the inspiration for today's talk, because I want to share with you practical ways on how you too can have a quality of life. And I don't know if this conversation is being had often, but I want to talk about it. So as always, make sure that you have your notebooks and your pen out, so that way you can take notes and kind of jot down the important things that I'm going to share with you today. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and share this live in your stories by clicking that little arrow in the bottom corner. That way more people can come and join in on this conversation. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, I do want you to engage with me, whether you're double tapping the screen to give hearts, whether you're leaving comments and engaging with one another, or even asking in a question that I can definitely answer by the end of this live. All right, so what do I mean by a quality of life? And that is definitely subjective, because my quality of life and your quality of life may be very different, but it's based on or defined on how you want to live the life that you desire to live, right? So my quality of life, again, what I want to experience in my lifetime will look very different for you. Maybe you're someone who wants to advance in your career and hit all these marks as it relates to corporate America. And for me personally, I'm building $1 million company, right? So my quality of life and how we pursue our careers, if you will look totally different. So that's why I say that it's subjective, because what I define as being free and what you define as being free will be completely different, and that's totally okay, right? But I do want you to think about, when it comes to your quality of life, I want you to think about the environment that you live in, right? When you think about your career, how you define wealth for yourself. What is your lifestyle, right? Like, so when I think about like the fun, the travel, the habits, the behaviors, like what is it that defines quality for yourself? And I think the first question, and I talk about this all the time, that every single person needs to answer for themselves is, what do you want for your life? Right? What is it that you want? And I meet women all the time that have no clue what they want for their life. So how can you expect to have a quality of life if, number one, you don't even know what you want? And I would love for you to be honest with me today while you're watching live, or if you're catching the replay. Do you know what you want for your life? Because it's totally fine. There was a period in my life where I had no clue what I wanted. At the time, I was working in corporate America. My children were very small, and all I knew is that I wanted to go to work every day to get a paycheck. But deep down in my heart of hearts, I desired more. Like, I desired to be in my purpose, whatever that was. At the time, I had no idea. But I wasn't clear about what it is that I wanted. And Be Free Project wasn't even a thought, an idea, a thing, or anything like that, right? And so for me, when I was feeling stuck and unfulfilled in my life, and I had no idea what a quality of life really looked like outside of like the roles that I was playing, I had to ask myself, okay, Siobhan, what do you want? And not just ask myself, what did I want, but be honest with whatever answer came up for me. And so for me, I realized in that moment, I'm like, I want my life to have purpose. I want to make a difference in this world. I want to make an impact, and I want something more than just being a wife and a mother, and at that time an employee. Like, that was as far as my mind could go, right? And so as I was journaling about, okay, well, these are the things that I want. Okay, well, what does that actually mean? And I'm like, well, I want to operate in my gifts. I want to actually use the gifts that God has given me, and I want to use those out in the world. Okay, Siobhan, what are those gifts? Okay, so my gifts, I'm naturally great at motivating people to do things. I am amazing. When I tell you amazing, I am amazing at holding people, and specifically women, accountable to do what they say they're going to do, right? I have such a positive light about me that is contagious, that is a gift that I understand that everybody doesn't have. I am amazing at connecting people. So I am really great at like, okay, I know something, I know this person can use it, so how can I connect these two people together, right? I am very resourceful. Very much so. And I'm really great at making recommendations. So those are just a couple of the things that I know top of mind that I am amazing at when it comes to the gifts that I've been born with. So obviously I have other skills and so many different things. But when I think about the gifts that I have been given, I am naturally amazing at holding women accountable. And this is another thing when it comes to like my positive light and my positive energy. I don't know how many times I have been told that my energy is so contagious, how I feel like a breath of fresh air. That is my gift. And the reason that is my gift is because I don't even have to put that on. It's just who I am. And I'm fully operating in my purpose, that anybody that comes in contact with me, they are going to experience my light. They're going to experience my positive energy, where they want to be even close to it. Like, how can I get with you what you have? Like, and what they're also experiencing is my level of freedom, right? And so I say all that to say that I really want you to get crystal clear about what it is that you want for your life, and be honest with yourself. There's some things that you thought you wanted back in your 20s and maybe 30s, and now that you're in your 40s and you're like, I don't want that no more. And that is okay, because what you want can shift over the years, and you have permission to change your mind, okay? And so I just want you to let that be the first foundational question that you ask yourself, what it is that you want for your life, and then being honest with whatever comes up. And guess what? You're not going to have all the answers right away. There are things that I want today that I'm surprised that I want, that 5 years ago I didn't want. but now I'm in a different space as it relates to my mindset and all the inner work that I'm doing. I'm like, oh yes, you have a deep desire for this, right? And so that is what I'm pursuing. So just want to point that out. I also want you to think about what gives you joy, what makes you happy, what gives you peace. Because at the end of the day, and I feel like this is why you guys come and watch me week after week, because we all desire freedom. And tell me in the comments, let me know, is that what you want? Do you want to be free? Do you want to be free? Just say, yeah, girl, of course I do, right? Yeah, like that is the desire ultimately that I had. Like I wanted to be free so bad. And in the beginning, it was free from my mother wounds and all of that stuff, and now it's the level of freedom that I desire is on a whole nother level. And so that is what moves me to keep showing up for myself every single day. And not just showing up for myself, but showing up for my community, showing up for my family, showing up for my friends, showing up in the Be Free Inner Circle. Like the level of freedom that I desire for my life is what moves me to keep showing up. But if you don't know what it is that you want for your life, you're just going to be going through this rhythm, these emotions, this cycle of nothingness, and life will continue to go on. Time will continue to pass. And I say this all the time, you'll be looking at your life and you'll wonder, how did I get here? Because I had a dream of X, Y, and Z happening, and the life that I'm living today does not look like what I dreamed. And guess what? That's not to beat up on anyone, right? That's just to say, oh, I thought I was going to be living a different life. I thought I was going to have X, Y, and Z. It doesn't look like that. How do I change today? What actionable step do I need to take in this very moment to begin to create the quality of life that I desire, right? And so here are some practical things, y'all. So I hope you have your note. Let me know. Tell me in the comments if y'all got y'all notebooks and y'all pen out. And that I'm asking that so I can take some water and then, engage with y'all. Let me know. Make sure y'all got your pen and paper out, because I want you to write these things down, because at the end of this live, I want you to be able to say, okay, Siobhan, this is the one thing that I'm going to do as a result of listening to you today. Because I say this every single week. Do not get on this live. Do not listen to my podcast. Do not join the Be Free Inner Circle just to get an emotional high. What I want from you is that, you're taking time out of your midday to come hang out with me. Let there be action. Let there be action as a result of listening to me today, all right? Let there be something that you say, okay, I am going to listen to her for this period of time that she's here. And by the end of this call, the end of this live, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you, based on what I'm sharing with you today, what are you going to put in place? Because, again, what is my gift? Accountability. And that is just something that comes so natural to me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I really want everybody to win. Like, I want my community to win so bad that I'm willing to share and do whatever I have to do and give you the tools and the information that you need to improve your life. So number one, I'm excited. Yay, y'all got your notebooks out, your Be Free journal. Yes, I'm here for it. Thank you. Practical way that you can, number one, a practical way that you can improve the quality of your life. And you may know what I'm going to say, but here we go. Read a book. Read something every single day. I need you to read a book. Right now, I am reading several books. I'm reading We Should All Be Millionaires by Rachel Rodgers. I'm reading Pleasure Activism. I'm also reading Acts of Faith by Ayanna Van Zandt. And then I'm reading in the Be Free Inner Circle, we have a book club. And for the summer, we choose a fiction book. Like all throughout the year, we read personal development and self-development books. But in the summer, I'm like, let's go light. Let's read something less, where we don't have to do any work and just something fun and free. And so we read fiction in the summer. And so we are reading 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. So as you can see, I just shouted out 4 different books that I am reading. And I'm sharing that to say the reason that I have been able to improve the quality of my life based on what I'm consuming in my mind. So every single day I am reading something. And so my challenge to you is that you get at least one book. And especially if you're doing this inner work, I want you to find a personal development or self-development book to read, right? Something that's going to stimulate you mentally that you can use for growth. And so challenge yourself to read 30 minutes a day. And you don't have, if your life is busy or however, you got so much going on, You can definitely listen to audiobooks. That's great. But give yourself, okay, you know what? 15 minutes when I wake up, I'm going to read. And then 15 minutes before bed. Or instead of watching TV, I'm going to pick up my book and read it for 30 minutes. Carve out some time to read and stimulate yourself mentally. All right. So that's the first way to improve the quality of life. And the reason why that's number one is because I was just telling, I think when I was on live on Wednesday with my friend Stacy, I think I shared this. I believe I did. Like when I first started my company, at that time I was reading tons of fiction books, like pre-starting Be Free Project. And I realized that I had to change my mindset and shift the way that I was thinking. And so I did a 52 books in a year challenge. So basically I was reading a new book every single week, and it was all personal development and self-development books, because I knew that I had to begin to shift my mindset. So I had to consume information that was going to challenge me to grow. And I'm so thankful that I committed to that the first year of my company, because it's transformed so many things based on what I was consuming. All that to say, number one is to read a book. Number two, practice gratitude every single day for what you currently have and for what you want to come into your life. So practicing gratitude, saying I am thankful and I am grateful for my home. I'm happy and grateful. That's my friend Stacy says all the time. She says I'm happy and grateful, for my family, right? But even the life that you want. So right now I am grateful for the millions that are flowing into my life, right? Am I a millionaire today? No, I am not. But guess what? It's coming. So I am grateful for the millions that are coming. I am grateful for the people that I'm going to meet on this journey. I am grateful for all the experiences that I'm going to have as I become more and more free. So I practice gratitude for the things that I have in this moment, but also for the things that my future self is going to experience. And gratitude is a beautiful way to shift your mindset, because so often people focus on what they do not have, and they focus on like just mess, right? So you have to shift your mindset, and you do that by practicing gratitude. That will improve your quality of life, because it's going to improve the way that you think. So again, practicing gratitude for what you currently have and for the things that you want to come into your life. That is number two. Number three is to meditate. So for me, I had a period of time where I was very, very consistent with meditating. And then I fell off track. And then I was listening to Abraham Hicks. I was listening to a podcast this morning. This morning. And she was saying like to meditate 15 to 20 minutes a day. And I said, you know what? I have fallen off track. I'm going to commit back to meditating, because that was a game changer for me. I remember having such a sense of peace throughout my day. I remember having more clarity. I remember being more connected with myself when I started my day with meditation. Why I fell off track, I have no idea. Life, I don't know. Anywho, I'm back and I'm sharing that out loud with you guys. So today, and I don't know, usually I use guided meditation, and I like the app Insight Timer, but right now, I'm just going to focus on meditating in complete silence for 15 minutes. So I recommend that you do that as well to improve the quality of life, or your quality of life. Make sure that you're meditating, and you can start, like I've done 5 minutes for so long, right? And now that is comfortable. So the challenge for me is meditating, number one, without anything guiding me or anyone guiding me, but then also meditating for a longer period of time. And so every morning when I wake up, I am committing to 15 minutes of meditation, because I remember how good I felt when I had a consistent rhythm going on. All right. Number 4. This may be my favorite, possibly. Upgrade your friend circle. Okay. If you want to improve your quality of life, you need to upgrade the people that you spend the most time with. Y'all, if y'all were on my live this past Wednesday when Stacy and I were talking about the book We Should All Be Millionaires, this quote that has resonated with me that I cannot stop thinking about is that 95% of the people you spend your time with will determine or predict your predict your success or your failure, right? And I understand that. I knew this years ago, but now, like, hearing that quote, I'm like, Siobhan, you were right on target, because the people that you spend the most time with, they would impact the quality of life that you have, right? And so if you have a certain lifestyle that you want to live, trust and believe you have to have the right people around you, because listen, yes, get you a millionaire squad ASAP. It is a game changer. You want to have a better quality of life? upgrade your friends and make sure that you have the right friends around you that can support the success that you want to have in your life, right? And even if the people that you have around you right now, they can be good, but are they amazing? Will they help you get to that next level? And again, like we were talking about this past Wednesday, it's not for you to say, oh, I'm cutting this person off. No, find a new circle. And guess where you can do that at? You already know where I'm going with this, the Be Free Inner Circle, right? Because it's specifically designed for you to find your forever friends, and then also for me to hold you accountable to do what you say that you're going to do so that you can have a quality of life. And if you ever want to know more, of course you do. You do want to know more, make sure you head over to BeFreeInnerCircle.com to find out about the membership community where literally I'm impacting lives all over the world and watching them flourish and find fulfillment. But again, number 4, you want to improve your quality of life by choosing better friends that you can do life with. Because listen, even when I think about the friends that I have now, who I spend the most time with, these friends are challenging the way that I think. Even the conversations that we have about money, the conversations that we talk about as it relates to our emotional health, the conversations that we're having about, our dreams and the vision that we have for our life. The reason that I'm able to succeed in the way that I'm succeeding in my life right now is based on my circle. And if I wouldn't have been intentional about upgrading my circle to the friends that I have in my life now, and even the friends that are coming into my life, I would not be succeeding in the way that I am, right? And when I look the way that I define success, I'm not just talking about it from a money perspective, but I look at the quality of life that I have right now, and I feel, yes, I am definitely successful based on how I'm showing up every single day. So that is number 4. Upgrade your friend circle. And if you're like, man, Siobhan, I don't know where to start, I created the how-to guide to finding your forever friends. And you can find that in the link in my bio or what have you. And what you can do is use that guidebook and let that set the stage of how you find your forever friends. It is an amazing resource that so many women all over the world are using to really begin to attract the right women and the right friends in their life. And one of the activities that I have in the book, because this was a game changer for me, was making a list of everything that I needed in my life as it relates to a friend, right? And so I give you an example of what I wrote down, and then there's a whole sheet in there for you to complete it for yourself. And then that way, as you're changing your friendship circle, as you are, or I should say, upgrading your friendship circle and building your millionaire squad, you have a list of what it is that you need in a friend. Because what I need personally will look very different from what you need. But guess what? You need the right people in your life to succeed. All right. So hopefully that resonates. Number 5, we are talking about improving the quality of your life. You need to practice self-love. You need to truly love on yourself. And this was a challenge that we had. And when I say challenge, like we did a challenge within the Be Free Inner Circle. Was it last month? We focused all about self-love. And what we did, the question for the community was, okay, how will you practice self-love today? And how does that make you feel? And the beautiful thing about that is that many of them didn't realize that they weren't practicing self-love, right? They didn't realize that they could do a better job with loving themselves, because we give so much of ourselves to our family, to our job, to everyone else, but then you forget to love on yourself. And so we had a whole challenge, like every single week, how are you going to love on yourself more, right? And then how do you know that you're practicing self-love, and how does it make you feel? Right? And so when I think about self-love, for me, that's setting healthy boundaries. And if you need to learn more about boundaries, make sure you go back and catch the replay on Wednesday. You can find it in my feed here. Learning to say no. So often women are saying yes to people and things, right, when they need to say no. Stop saying yes to everybody else and you keep saying no to yourself. Listen, you will never have a quality of life that you desire when you keep putting other people's needs before your own. I know that from experience, so that's why I'm able to say that with so much boldness and so much conviction, right? Stop putting other people before yourself. Stop. All right? Another way that I'm practicing self-love is forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for choices that I made when I did not know better, right? forgiving myself for the mistakes that I made, forgiving myself for what I didn't know at the time based on where I'm at today. And the more that I can practice forgiveness, the more that I can love on myself and not hold myself back because of something that I did 5-10 years ago. No, and forgiveness is ongoing. So do your best to continually practice self-forgiveness and not hold yourself in this box of the mistakes that you made from your past, because the only thing that's going to do for you is keep you stuck in the same place year after year after year. Another way that I practice self-love is by positive self-talk. And so even, was it this week, some negative thoughts started to flow in my mind. I said, oh, no, Siobhan, we're not doing that today. No, this is who you are. You are a powerful manifester. You are an amazing community cultivator. You are a loving wife. You are a great mom. Like, I had to affirm myself. And so I am constantly doing positive self-talk on myself, because we all have negative thoughts that flow through our mind any given day, at any given moment. And so because I've been doing this work for so long, I notice immediately when that negative thought is seeping in, and I can say, oh, no, we're not doing that today. No, this is who I am, right? I will take up all of the space. I am great. My voice needs to be heard. Like, these are things that I say over and over again. And I've shared this on live before, is that I have an affirmation set in my phone, and I had turned them off for a bit because I'm like, you need some new affirmations. Like, these you've been saying for a while and you've adjusted to them. And so now it's time to create some new affirmations. So the affirmation that's going off on my phone every other hour is money is important to me, right? And if you want to know more about that affirmation, go ahead, make sure after this live you read my post for today, because I talk about that, about having this poverty mindset and all this jazz because of how I was raised, right? And so now I have to create a new belief. I have to unlearn, number one, the belief that I had in the past that money wasn't important to me, and I have to replace it with a new belief that money is important to me. And so in order for me to believe that and get comfortable with it, I have to reprogram my mind. And so in doing that, I always have my phone with me. So every other hour that affirmation is going off, money is important to me. Another affirmation that goes off for me is I am financially free, right? Another one is I have a personal stylist and a beautiful wardrobe. Do I have a stylist yet? Nope, but I'm grateful for the one that's coming into my life that's going to have me styled to a T, okay? And I had an experience with the personal stylist a couple of weeks ago in Chicago. Amazing experience. And I'm like, you know what? This is what I need in my life. So I'm sharing that to say, when I talked about gratitude and when I talk about positive self-talk, you really have to set yourself up to win. And so that is why I create this bubble around you, if you will, where I make sure that I'm affirming myself throughout the day, all the times at any given moment, right? And then the last thing I will say as it relates to practicing self-love, there's so many other ways to do this, but being my most authentic self. Being my most authentic self allows me to practice self-love, because that means the people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis, how I show up here online, me being me is how I'm loving myself. That means I don't have to put on a pretend and I don't have to put on some type of invisible mask, being one way with this person and another way with that person. Nope. Who I am is what you get, whether you see me here on the gram or you see me in real life, right? So being my most authentic self is a way that I am practicing self-love. Number 5, as it relates to improving your quality of life, you want to adopt a healthy lifestyle. You want to adopt a healthy lifestyle. What do I mean by that? Eating foods that are good for your body. For the most part, right? Eating goods that are healthy and good for your body. Yes, we all indulge in some other things here and there, but for the most part, eating foods that are nourishing and good for you. Drinking more water, right? Moving your body every single day. So you already know, I talk about this. Y'all see me do it. I have walked every single day since March of 2020. I have not missed a day of going for a walk. Why? Because moving my body is very important to me. It has become a spiritual practice. It's something that I need to stay grounded and to stay present. So find some way, whether it's Zumba, whether it's running, whether it's walking. I love roller skating, you already know. Whatever your thing is, find something every day to move your body so that way you can adopt this healthy lifestyle. And again, improve the quality of your life. Next. I'm feeling good. Is this good to y'all? Let me know in the comments or double tap the screen and let me know if y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. I am feeling good. I'm feeling, you know what? I am feeling so amazing. I love this. I love being able to talk and to share and to teach the things that are working for me. So this is my happy dance. This is my happy dance. All right. Number 6. Nope, I'm not on number 6. I misnumbered. I'm on number 7. Find inspiration, y'all. Find some inspiration that's going to improve your quality of life, right? So that could be art, that could be quotes, that could be videos, that could be podcasts. Make sure you're subscribed to the Be Free Project podcast because you will always be inspired. But consume more things that inspire you, more positivity, right? Find something that will inspire you, something that will make you feel good in your soul, right? Number 8. I don't know where the dancing, I don't know where this movement is coming from. But laugh often, y'all. Laughter is so good for the soul. And I feel like, I ain't gonna say every single day, but several times throughout the week, probably 80%, there's laughter every single day, whether it's with my friends, with my kids, with myself, just finding something funny on the gram. These memes, there's some good funny memes out here. Watching something funny on TV, like laughter is so good. And just being able to just release and have a good time, right? So that is that. What number? Okay, let me so I know. So 9, 10, 11. All right, I got a few more to share, and then we gonna answer any question that you may have. All right, number 9. Number 9 is to play and have fun. How do you improve the quality of your life? Bring more fun and play into your life. We take life so seriously. It's like once we become adults, it's like, I gotta do this. So stiff, right? I'm only saying that because that was me for so long. And now I'm very intentional about bringing more play and fun in my life, whether it's the fun conversations that I'm having, whether it's traveling with friends or family, whether that's roller skating, which I absolutely adore and I love. I now have 2 pairs of skates. So I have my skates for outside and I also have my skates for the rink. But that is something that gives me so much play and fun because I just have such a good time doing it. And so typically I'm going once a week to the rink. But then I also skate outside in my neighborhood, right? So finding more things that you can do to play and have fun. Another thing that I'm going to be doing, and I was looking this up today, is taking swim lessons because I don't know how to swim. And I need to learn how to swim for all the traveling that I'm going to do and all the water I'm going to be in. I want to make sure that I know how to swim. So I'm just challenging you to find something that will create more play and more fun in your life because sometimes people say, oh, I love to play with my kids. Okay, that's cute, but find something just for you. Is it pottery? Is it creating art? Like that's another thing. I was looking to the side because I have my family, my husband and my daughter are both artists. And so I was telling my husband that I wanted to start painting. And I don't want to, listen, I just want to do it for release, maybe therapy, a little bit of fun, And so he gave me a canvas to get started on. And so I'm going to start painting just because on my off days. So I'm off on Thursdays and Sundays. And so those will be days where I add more art into my life. And even yesterday, me, my husband and my son, we went to Fun and Stuff. Oh, you miss me. You miss me. I'm going to be there on this Saturday. I'll be there on Saturday. Me, my husband, and my son, we went to Fun and Stuff yesterday. And it was so much fun. On my off day, there was roller skating. There was go-karts. There was bungee jumping. Like all of the things. And it just felt so good to just be doing nothing work related and just having fun and just playing and just being. So I recommend for you to improve your quality of life. Find more ways that you can incorporate play and fun in your life and stop taking life so seriously, right? Yes, you're an adult, but you don't have to not have that childlike spirit, if you will. Number 10, and I kind of already mentioned this, is to affirm yourself, right? So affirm your future self. Affirm the woman that you want to become. So for me, I write a lot in my journal about my future self, the person, what I want for my life, what I need. I'm constantly affirming who I am today, but then also the woman that I desire to be. All right. So affirming yourself and speaking life over yourself will definitely improve the quality of your life, and it will help you shift from the negative mindset into embracing more positive thinking. Number 11, and this is something that we are doing within the Be Free Inner Circle, my membership space where women find their forever friends and get accountability and coaching from yours truly, is one of the things that we're constantly talking about is taking up space. How do you improve the quality of your life? You stop playing small. You operate fully in the greatness, in your greatness, in the amazing woman that you are, right? You take up all of the space. You stop being intimidated by other people, right? You start owning your voice and you take up all of the space. And so that is something that I'm leaning into now. I will say, I don't know when I started this, but like even being intentional about the work that I do. Like for me, even saying, you know what? You're going to go live on IG every single Friday at noon unless I'm traveling or something comes up, right? That is me taking up space and doing this work and sharing this passion and this drive and all these things that I have to teach. That's me showing up and taking up space. No matter what anybody else out is doing, this is how I'm showing up for Siobhan, right? When I think about taking up space, not being quiet, not being this, operating in this good girl persona. And if y'all have not listened to that, the episode is actually on my podcast, and you are someone who deals with like struggling with the good girl persona and trying to operate more in your bad girl wild self, make sure you go listen to that episode on my podcast. But that is how I'm taking up space, like really owning who I am and knowing like, shoot, I am powerful just because. I am amazing just because, and fully embracing all of that and not giving a care about what anybody else thinks. Only caring about myself. And that's not selfish. That's not me operating an ego. That's not me being arrogant. That's like, no. I am here to impact millions of women across the world be free. I am here to be a light and empower women to be free. And in order for me to operate fully in my purpose, I got to sit up straight, right? I got to take up all of the space and not be afraid. And even when things come up, and this is why you need to upgrade your friendship group, because I'm human. And so there's moments when I want to shy down and not play big and all of that jazz. And then I will have conversations with my friends and they remind me of who I am. And the reason that they can do that because they're so emotionally and mentally healthy in their own lives that they can speak life over me. And it's something in my friendship group that we do every single day where we're like, no, this is who you are. Right? And so when you have friends telling you who you are, you don't have a choice but to sit. You're like, you know what? I'm going to kill it today. Right? I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to put on some cute clothes and I'm going to kill it. Right? So take up space. That got me all pumped. Y'all feel it? Number 12 is to celebrate yourself. Right? To celebrate yourself. No matter big or small, how are you celebrating how you are showing up in the world? So I told y'all before, and we're going to be talking a lot about this next month inside the Be Free Inner Circle, and I'm going to be really teaching the women how to do this, but I'll just give you a little bit here. One of the things that I've done is I created a celebration list, and with that list, every time that I do something that calls for celebration, I'm taking something off of that list. And so the most recent thing is I got this tattoo, as you can see that beautiful tattoo, to celebrate myself because I had made a major shift in my company that I was very, very proud of. And I was like, I want to honor and acknowledge that. And not even just in my company, but I talk about becoming all the time. And so I'm in this season of becoming more of myself. And I feel like I need to do a whole podcast on that because that is not easy work. It's not easy work becoming your most authentic self and your full self and like letting stuff and people go. It's not easy. And I'm actually in the middle of that right now. But I wanted to acknowledge and honor the work that I've done to get to the point where I'm at now. And I'm like, what is it that you can have as a reminder, right? How can you celebrate all of the work that you've been doing specifically over the last 2 years? How can you celebrate that? And I'm like, you know what? I want a whole sleeve tattoo on my left arm. And so I'm going to start to build that. And so that is why I got this tattoo, to acknowledge myself, to celebrate myself, and to have this memory of what I'm working on, right? So you find your own way of celebration. I ain't telling everybody to go out there and get tattoos or anything like that, but whatever way that you want to celebrate yourself, do that. And not always just going out to eat, because that's the one thing we love to do, right? We love to go out to eat and say, oh yeah, this is how I'm celebrating my birthday. No. Let's find some other ways. And this is what we're going to be talking about in the Be Free Inner Circle, on how to celebrate yourself, that you don't necessarily have to go out to dinner, but there's other things that you can do to acknowledge and to honor that, right? So that is that. And then lastly, but certainly not least, in ways, and we're talking about improving your quality of life, is to travel often. Travel as frequently as you can. And if you're not financially stable to do it, travel in your own neighborhood, right? Get to know your city. Maybe there's some places that you've never been to in your own hometown that you can explore. Then do a solo trip, right? Do a solo trip just with yourself to a new place. Maybe travel out of the country, travel across the country, right? Have a girls trip with your friends, right? I have one that's coming up that I'm super duper excited about, right? Travel with your family, like get out of your everyday life and experience life, right? Whatever it is that you want, that you deeply desire, that is a quality of life for you, start implementing that. So what did I tell y'all in the very beginning? I said I was going to share all these tips with y'all, and then I wanted y'all to tell me what y'all were going to implement right away as a result of listening to me today. So even if you're just getting on, I'll run through the list again so that you have it. And then in the comment section, I want you to tell me, what are you going to put into practice immediately? All right. And then if you have any questions, this is a perfect time to either put them in the question box or put them in the comment section, and I would love to answer you. All right, so I'm just going to run through the practical ways that I've shared with you already on how to improve your quality of life. You are going to tell me in the comments how you're going to improve your quality of life based on what I shared. And maybe something that I shared, you got something completely different, totally fine. Let me know in the comments. So number 1 was to read books. I want you to read books. Number 2 was to practice gratitude. All right. Number 3 was to meditate. Number 4 was to upgrade your friend circle. Number 5, practice self-love. Number 6, adopt a healthier lifestyle. Number 7, find inspiration, whether that's in art, quotes, videos, podcasts, just consuming more positivity. Number 7 was to laugh often. No, that was number 8. Number 8 was to laugh often, excuse me. Number 9 was to play more and have fun. Number 10 was to affirm yourself. Number 11 was to take up space. Number 12 is to celebrate yourself. And number 13 was to travel often. So tell me in the comments, based on what I shared, what are you going to implement right away to improve your quality of life? Let me know. And again, if you have a question, make sure you put it in the question box or in the comment section, and I will answer you. But I want to know, how are you going to improve your quality of life? Let's talk about it, right? Because I said in the beginning, I don't want y'all on here just to get an emotional high. I want you to be able to do something with the information that you just consumed, so then that way you can apply it. And if you need help, say, Siobhan, I need help. I don't know. All that sounds great, but I feel stuck because of XYZ. Let me know. You got me for this time. Allow me to support you. Let's see. Molly Mo 1005 says, traveling in my city, laugh often, affirming myself, so many good things. Yay, Molly. I'm so glad that what I shared with you is really helpful. Yay. So you are going to travel in your city. So what I want you to do, Molly Mo, is I want you to write this down, if you didn't already, in your journal, in your notebook. That the things that you're going to do is laugh often. So I want you to find something today to laugh about, right? If you haven't already, write down your affirmations. If you need affirmations, let me show you. 1 second. I'm going to show you. If you need affirmations and you need support with affirming yourself, I have affirmation cards, y'all. So you can get a deck of 31 cards, and each card has a different positive affirmation that you can keep with you wherever you're at. You can keep them in your purse, you can keep them on your desk at work, what have you. But this will be really, really, really helpful to help you with affirming yourself. So You can go to my website at BeFreeProject.com and you can find a deck of the affirmation cards. You will also find affirmations and journal prompts inside the Free Your Mind Journal. It is a amazing resource with 40 different prompts, affirmations, writing exercises to support you on your personal growth journey. So you can head over to my website at BeFreeProject.com to learn more, to get that. But make sure you're writing these things down. And then I would love to know, Molly Mo 1005, where are you going to travel in your city? What are you going to do first? All right. Sylvia says, I'm going to take up space and hold space for me. I love that. And Sylvia, with you being inside the Be Free Inner Circle, I'm supporting that the whole way with you. And I love seeing like your evolution and your growth over time as you really are being intentional about practicing your self-care. So absolutely taking up space and just owning who you are. You know why? Because you deserve it. You deserve it. Show Offy Girl. I like that name. Show Offy Girl. Take up space and have fun doing it. I love it. So tell me, what's Show Offy Girl? Tell me one way that you need to take up space today. Tell me one way you need to take up space today. And I love that you said, and have fun doing it. That I love, love, love that. Cherise says, I'm going to celebrate myself. Yay, Cherise. Cherise is also in the Be Free Inner Circle. I love it. I want to come to New Orleans. I wish I can come. Look, I didn't even read the whole thing. I just skimmed it. But she says, I'm throwing myself a crawfish boil for my birthday next month in New Orleans. I want to be there. I love all things New Orleans. And you already know, because I talk about this in the Inner Circle all the time. But I love that you are throwing a crawfish boil for your birthday in New Orleans. That is going to be amazing. And I love that you're celebrating yourself. And I've told you this several times, this is a beautiful thing about being a member in the Be Free Inner Circle, because it's great when you guys come here live and watch me week after week. It's great when the women listen to the podcast. It's great when I get emails. It's great when people come to my in-person events. That's amazing. But there's something different about the Be Free Inner Circle, because I get to see the evolution of women growing based on how they started when they came in and based on where they're at today. And to see even Sharice, and this is why I'm bringing this up, I remember where you were in the beginning when you first came. And so this is a big freaking deal. This is a big freaking deal that you said here on IG Live, and I'm holding you accountable to it, that you're going to celebrate yourself. Because that wasn't something that was always easy to do, right? So this is a big to do. And I love, love, love seeing it. And we need to see more of it, because the more that we share as women, how we are showing up and taking up space in our own lives, is going to be an inspiration for someone else. So I love that, Sharice. And we will talk about more of that inside the Inner Circle, because I'm going to need pictures. I'm going to need all of the things. Man, so much fun. Molly Mo 1005 is going to get the Free Your Mind Journal and the affirmation cards. Absolutely. And I'm headed to the post office today. So if you order within the next hour or so, your shipment will go out today. Because I need to go to the post office to ship. So if you do that within the next hour or so, yours will be in the mail today. Yes, Christina, if you don't have the where are they? Where am I? If you don't have the affirmation cards, I highly, highly, highly recommend them. They have, again, been shipped all over the world, which blows my mind. And people even buy these for gifts. So if you have birthdays that are coming up, if you have even young teenage girls or what have you, and people graduating from high school, graduating from college, and you just want to give them a gift, listen. This is the perfect gift. This is the perfect gift for any woman in your life, young or older, that will be a great support for her. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. And guess what? This is me taking up space, not being afraid to share with y'all my amazing work that I create, that every single person watching me live, whether here, replay in the Inner Circle, come to my events, everybody needs my stuff. Everybody, because so many lives have been changed because of it. And I'm telling y'all, I am not shying down from taking up space and sharing what I offer. Where can I get the cards? You can go to my website at BeFreeProject.com. The link is in my bio, BeFreeProject.com. See? Right there. Right there. So I don't have any other questions. Thank y'all for sharing how y'all gonna improve your quality of life. And guess what? Y'all can stay connected with me. tell me in the DMs like, Siobhan, I went to travel in my city and this is what happened, or I'm now affirming myself, or I figured out exactly what it is I want for my life, right? Share with me. I love hearing it. And the next thing that you want to do after you invest in yourself as it relates to buying my cards and my journal or what have you, you want to become a member of the Be Free Inner Circle, because I know this is great that you get to come and join week after week when I come here live. But when you have access to me 24/7 inside the membership community, I get to pour on you even more. I get to hold you accountable to do the thing that you say that you're going to do. I get to say, oh, I see where you're at today. This is the support that I can offer you. So that way you're becoming more free and fulfilled in your life. And so I encourage you to become a member of the Be Free Inner Circle today. And so many members, even from the community, they get me all the time because we go live every single week. But as you can see, they even come here to watch me on here IG Live, which I absolutely love. It's like, oh, they can't get enough, and I love it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, you can go to BeFreeInnerCircle.com to learn more about my community. You can go to BeFreeProject.com to buy the Free Your Mind Journal, as well as the affirmation cards. I can guarantee, I can promise you, it will be life-changing, and it will be the best decision that you will make to work on in your personal growth journey. Oh, come on, Tiara. You like, wait, before you get off, let me share with you what I'm going to do. Before you log off, let me tell you. Tiara says, I plan on taking up more space by sharing my voice and talents through my DJing. Yes, you already know I'm here for that. You already know. And I had every intention of coming last week for Juneteenth, but life was lifing and I did not make it. But I'm about to say, well, yeah, DJ Queen Caesar, aka Tiara, is an amazing DJ. And so if y'all are local here in Cleveland and y'all need a DJ for any event, make sure y'all go follow her. DJ Queen Caesar, she's right there. Make sure y'all go follow her and support her. And she's a young woman doing amazing things. And I am very, 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 very proud to see her blossom and to watch her growth. So thank y'all. If you're just joining, make sure you go back and catch the replay. Thank you so much. And I am excited to hear the ways that you ladies are going to improve your quality of life based on whatever I share today or something else that comes up with you. Don't forget, you can always connect with me in the DMs and let me know. Lastly, I'm having an event, the Be Free Meetup. It's going to be a sip and grow. It's happening on September 18th. If you want to know more about this in-person event that's happening in Cleveland, Ohio, make sure you shoot me a DM and say, Siobhan, I want to know more. And then that way I can give you all the deets as they come out. All right, y'all. Have an amazing weekend. And I will see y'all. Well, I will see y'all next Friday. I was making sure that I wasn't traveling, but I think it's the week after next. I will see y'all next Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And have an amazing weekend.